Well, hello there. I thought I'd talk about a new little topic to do with language learning today, and that is relaxing when you speak a foreign language always a productive thing to do? Now, this is an interesting question for me, because when I speak French, and I always use the example of speaking French as it's the language I've spent the largest amount of time studying, I find that I can identify two, what I would call levels of speaking. I have my casual, relaxed level of speaking, and I have my, what I would call my forced, my acting, my even artificial way of speaking. Now, what do I mean by these two elements? Now, my relaxed way of speaking is when I just sit and I talk to someone and I just let the words kind of fall out of my mouth in the way I would do when I was speaking English in my native language. When I'm doing my forced acting kind of French, I'm really pushing the words out and I'm focusing on every single sound. So the whole thing is really a kind of theatre. I'm assuming the persona of somebody who speaks that language, but it's not really me. I'm almost sort of acting the part of a native speaker. So that's what I mean by two states of play, if you like, in terms of speaking a foreign language. Now, a lot of teachers and people, when they speak, they say the best way to speak is just to relax and let it come naturally. But to my mind, speaking a foreign language for somebody who is not a native speaker is not and will never be something natural. It may well sound natural when someone's speaking it, but a lot of the time, if somebody sounds natural, probably in themselves, they do not feel natural because they are forcing themselves to speak in a particular way. Now, coming back to my own experiences, when I speak in my relaxed state of play, I tend to find that people ask me to repeat myself more because I may make more pronunciation errors because I'm not focusing on the sounds, I'm just letting them come naturally. Whereas when I'm doing my forced acting approach to speaking, I find that people understand me a lot better. And of course, the ultimate accolade for any language speaker, a foreign language speaker, is to be mistaken for a native. And I wouldn't say that happens very often for me, but if it was ever going to happen, it would happen when I was forcing my foreign accent and when I was forcing my pronunciation. It would never happen when I was speaking naturally. Now, why is this? Why is it that the more relaxed I am, the worse the quality of my language sound is, and the less relaxed I am, the better it is? This is interesting, and I think it really is because when you are forcing yourself to speak a certain way, it may be tiring and it may feel unnatural, but it is actually the best way to pronounce sounds in a foreign language clearly. Trying to relax and speak like natives but without putting any effort in is very, very difficult, and I think for any foreign language learner, trying to do that can be counterproductive. And I see a lot of people who learn French particularly, I see British people who have been here for a long time and they speak French well. Obviously they have a good grammar and they have a good knowledge of vocabulary, but they try so hard to relax and be like a native speaker and let the words tumble out that they spend so much time on their mannerisms and their sort of foreign language relaxed approach that they actually forget to pronounce the words clearly. So for me, I find that the harder I try, the more I force the language, the more natural it actually sounds to native speakers. And the less I try to do it, the less intelligible I tend to be to native speakers of my target language. A bit of a paradox, but it's something that I've noticed throughout the whole time I've been learning and speaking French and other languages. So perhaps you'd like to tell me what you think about that.